Hello, welcome to Paul's Take. So these are 3 things that suck about a Jeep Wrangler JK. So right off the bat, let me tell you, Jeep Wranglers are cool vehicles. They're cool. There's nothing like a Jeep Wrangler. Maybe the Bronco now, but we're talking about Jeep. This is a JK as well, so a little older. I'm not sure, I haven't had that much experience in the JL. So we're just really talking about the JKs. So I noticed, like, for the most part, like, I like the vehicle. The vehicle's great. The thing I like about the most is you can modify the hell out of it. Put new tires. Everything's pretty easy to work on if you're halfway decent with tools and stuff. You're not completely intimidated by working on your vehicle. But there are 3 things that straight out suck. So let's get right into it. The first one is, like right now, it is 43 degrees, not too cold. But when it's cold, like say in the 30s, the low 30s, or in the 20s, this thing takes forever to warm up. It basically freezes your butt off. And I do have a soft top, and I wouldn't change it. I do like the soft top because it's a Jeep. It should be a soft top. Anyways, I like it, but when it does warm up, when it finally does, it's fine. Well, that's yes or no. Well, my experience is this: when where I work, I go straight from pretty much a parking lot to a couple of service road or a couple roads, little streets, and within like 5 minutes, I'm on the freeway. Well, it barely heats up by the time I get to the freeway, but with all that cold air blowing into the motor doesn't really get that warm. So the air coming out of the vents at the highest level, it's not really that warm. It's cool. Now I notice when I'm driving in surface streets or like in city traffic, it does warm up faster. But I believe, this is my theory, maybe something wrong with my heater core, I don't know. But my theory is, the cold air cools off the motor really efficiently, too well, where it doesn't really require too much of the coolant to cool off the motor. The air cools it off. So the coolant itself doesn't really get that warm, so you don't get that hot air blowing through the coolant core into the cab of your vehicle. That's my theory. I don't know that for a fact, but either way, it's pretty cold once you jump right on the freeway. And so that's number 1. Number 2 is, and this only applies to a soft top, but like I said, I really think that Jeeps are meant for soft tops. Those are real Jeeps. I'm really cautious about where I park this thing. Like a normal car, even if it's nicer, you feel pretty secure parking it anywhere for the most part, right? You're not too worried about somebody just easily unzipping your vehicle and getting right in. It's so easy to get into this thing. Now, granted, that really, like I can't get in. For me, I mean, I probably could if I really, really had to get in, but you can basically get into the back, you unzip it, and if you're small enough and agile enough, you can climb right in. My daughter could do it without a problem. She's only 13 years old. You can squeeze in there pretty easily. She demonstrated, and it was rather easy. So if you're like a smaller, younger, thieving type, you probably could get in pretty easily. Like I said, for a bigger guy, it's not so flexible. Be a little harder, but that is a concern where I park this thing. Also, of course, you can slice it really and unhook the latches for the top if you know how to work a Jeep. Okay, so that's number 3. Or number 2. That's not really secure. It's not. Number 3, and the third and final thing that really suck about the Jeep Wrangler JK is the headlights. Okay, these ones are beautiful, but I had to change them out. These are LEDs. Had to switch them out because the original ones are non-existent. I mean, really, they're terrible. I have never changed headlights before on a vehicle. I always thought they were fine. All vehicles have always been fine for me. And this one was like, wait a minute, I need lights. I can't see anything. Where is everybody? So that would be the third thing about the Jeep Wrangler. It straight up sucks. But this one thing is easily fixed. So I recommend, if you're thinking about getting a Jeep Wrangler, make sure you set aside $100 and get yourself some nice LED headlights. They're not hard to change anyways. They're easy. You check on YouTube, and it's quite simple. You can do it yourself if you're halfway decently handy. Alrighty. Well, otherwise, I love the Jeep. It's wonderful. It can do things that no other car can do. It's highly modifiable. It goes off-roading. You can take the tops down. You could. It's just, they're cool. They look cool. They're awesome. So I'm not going to get into that because I'm going to keep this nice and short. But those are the 3 things I don't like. Is there anything I should add to the list? On top of the back of my mind, I think there was one more, but I can't remember what it was. For the life of me, I can't remember. But anyhow, those are my 3 things. Thanks for watching Paul's Take. Make sure you hit like, subscribe for more videos and tips and stuff.